Everybody want to be perfect. You turn on the TV, everybody want to be perfect. Everybody want to have a perfect car. Everybody want to have a perfect house, the perfect makeup set. Everybody want to have a perfect body. Everybody wants everything to be perfect. But do y'all realize that in humanly form, perfection as we know it, it's not possible. So why are we chasing something that's unattainable? You know, I think our idea and our definition is wrong. I want you to do me a favor. Go ask 5 people what perfect means to them. And I guarantee you that you'll get some type of response like this. Number 1, perfect means without flaw. Number 2, perfect means without error. Number 3, perfect means can do no wrong. Perfect means has done no wrong. Perfect means no mistakes or anything like that. Perfect means immaculate. Do you realize, as a human on this earth, I don't care what your beliefs are, do you realize that that is not physically possible, that you cannot walk through life without making a single mistake? How is it that we know what the idea of what we think perfect means, yet we continue to chase it? Now, some of you are going to immediately say, T, it's nothing wrong with chasing perfection. And to a degree, I'm not even mad at you for that. See, I'm not against the idea of always trying to be better or always trying to get to the next level. I'm not against that. That's how you grow. That's how you get better as a human. But the reality is there is never a ceiling to that. You can never achieve the top, the pinnacle, because there's always room to grow. So I think our perspective of what perfect is needs to change. I'm not saying that you should not chase greatness. I'm not saying that you should not try to be the best you. But what I'm saying is you'll never be perfect even in doing that. So I want to tell y'all something that a mentor of mine told to me. Before I tell you what he said, I feel like I need to be a little transparent with y'all, right? I'm not on here just preaching some motivational stuff because I think I'm quote unquote perfect. No, I'm actually far from it. Look, they say a fool is a person who keeps doing the same thing expecting a different result. And in some areas of my life, I've done that. I've done the same thing over and over and over and over, expecting things to change. Although my intention might be good, I've done the same thing over and over and over. And in that way, I have not been perfect at all, but in fact, I've been a fool. So before I get into what my mentor told me, I had to put that out there because everything, and I mean everything, is a learning and growing experience. So let me tell y'all what my mentor told me about being perfect. See, I'm gonna use an analogy for y'all, or a metaphor, whatever you wanna call it. Let's talk about a baby learning to walk. When a baby wants to walk, what happens? He gets the urge to walk. So what does he do? He crawls first. And once he crawls for so long, crawling becomes not good enough. So he wants more. He wants to walk, right? So eventually baby starts pulling himself up onto things, the couch, the table, whatever. And eventually the baby figures out that you got to take a first step. And what happens when the baby tries to take the first step? He falls and he cries, and his mother or father pick him back up. And what does the baby try to do again? He tries to take the same step again. And what happens again? He falls again. And his mother picks him up. His father picks him up. And the third time, he does it again and he falls. Now, the fourth time, something different happens. When he takes that first step, he actually plants his foot and he stands there, which he's never been able to do. And when he goes to try to put the other foot in front of it, guess what? He falls. The baby then gets up again and he takes the first step again and tries to place that second step. He falls, he cries, he gets back up again. The next time he does it, he places the next foot in front of the other and takes that next step, right? So in that moment, perfectionists would say the baby's still not perfect because the baby's not walking yet. But when we shift our mentality and realize that perfect does not mean you don't do anything wrong, but it means mature. In that moment, the baby has went from not being able to crawl to crawling to not being able to walk, to taking that first step and falling. but then falling over and over and over, to finally taking that second step to where he can place one foot in front of the other and finally start to continue that trend and get better. That's what perfection is. Perfection means mature. And in that very, very moment where the baby matured from crawling to walking, that baby was perfect. And I want you to equate that to your own life. Trying to get y'all to understand is perfect don't mean without flaws. Perfect don't mean without error or mistakes. Perfect means mature. Perfect means when you make that same mistake 40 times and time number 41 rolls around and you sick of the consequences that come with it and you are ready to change and become a better person and not make that same mistake again. In that moment, you are perfect. I don't care how many times you do something wrong. The moment you change and you say, I don't want to do that and I want to change my life for whatever the case may be, whatever the reason may be, you are perfect in that moment. So we got to stop associating the word perfect with something physical, something tangible that you can reach out and touch. No, that's not what perfection is. Perfection means maturity. And just like the baby steps, where you take one step after the other, you keep continually doing that, you'll learn how to walk better. You'll learn how to run. Maturity works the same way. Once you get a little mature, you'll keep trying to be more and more mature. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It was all shot on the iPhone 14 Pro. Piece of chicken grease. I love y'all. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. I'm out. Peace.